ReAlpha is the world's first end-to-end AI home buying platform, providing its services here in the United States. And with us today, Mike Logozzo, President and COO of the company. Welcome, and let's just start with an overview. I gave a really brief explanation, but give me more of a detailed explanation of what ReAlpha is doing.
Sure, Jane. So yeah, you're correct, obviously. We are a complete end-to-end home buying platform that's powered by AI that enables a customer to essentially go through the entire process from A to Z, from browsing a home all the way to closing the home on our platform, providing them with a frictionless and commission-free experience.
Okay, and I wanted to talk to you a little bit more about that because we just had that National Association of Realtors lawsuit, and there's been some changes, very disruptive changes in this industry, and you positioned yourself as commission-free platform. So what does that mean, and why would you put yourself into that kind of scenario?
So we were in one of our strategy meetings in March of this year when the NAR settlement basically came about. And we started studying it, trying to figure out, well, what types of changes are going to take place in the industry. And we realized somebody here is going to be left kind of holding the bag as a result of these changes. I could very briefly state what they are, if it would help.
Sure.
So traditionally, for the last 111 years, the seller has traditionally paid the commission in order to sell their home. That commission would go to the seller realtor, who would then split that commission 50-50 with the buyer realtor. So in a sense, the buyer had always gotten their realtor for free because the buyer realtor was getting commission from the seller realtor, right, splitting it. As a result of the class action lawsuit that took effect, now the seller and the buyer each have to get into an agreement with their respective agents and negotiate a rate. So the buyer, who historically didn't have to pay commission, now may be on the hook to do that, which you're taking money out of their pocket, right, that would normally go towards the home.
Yeah, interesting.
We saw this as an opportunity and we wanted to create a solution for it.
So we talked a little bit about the first AI real estate agent. So how does that work? Walk me through that, and what are the capabilities of this AI agent?
So in order to do this efficiently, we developed Claire. And Claire is actually, our NASDAQ ticker is AIRE, AI for real estate. And Claire is, the CL is commissionless, AI for real estate. So that's how we came up with the name. And Claire is there to essentially provide realtor services just like a human agent would. So Claire's available 24/7. You could chat with Claire at 3 a.m. You know, if you wanted. You could ask Claire any types of questions that you would your realtor, and she's there to answer your questions. You know, what we say is Claire's always going to give you the best information. It's going to be consistent, and it's always available. And she also will guide you through the process as well. So if you don't know where to start, you can start with, you know, an affordability calculator, and then kind of guide you through selecting homes and then booking a tour and take you all the way through the process.
I love that this is 24/7. Like, you're up at 3 in the morning and you can get something done there. So
if you want, you can do it, yeah.
If you're up that time. So you've recently made a couple of acquisitions. So there is Be My Neighbor, right, is one, and then also Hyperfast, which does title services. What was the strategic decision behind those acquisitions?
So because we're giving away the commission free, you know, we have to earn money somehow, right? So what we've done is we've created an end-to-end platform, and through strategic acquisitions, we've acquired a mortgage brokerage, title company, and we will monetize essentially on the rest of the transaction that a customer would go through. So the fact that we own, you know, all of the pieces, right, of the transaction in the vertical, that allows us to do some really great strategic things as well that would ultimately benefit the customer.
Interesting. And then this feels to me like an industry that hasn't been disrupted like we've seen other industries have over the past 20 years or so. I mean, why would you think this would be a good time to come in with kind of a new model?
Well, I think real estate's one of the world's largest asset class. You know, we knew that real estate hasn't really been disrupted, or at least residential real estate hasn't been disrupted in 111 years. We saw the NAR settlement and we said this is ripe for disruption. And just to put it in perspective, the realtor fees that took place in the U.S. just in 2023 were $100 billion with a B. So it's a huge opportunity.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. And then also, you know, this is a traditional industry we've talked about, and you're introducing AI to it. I mean, what are the risks or the challenges with AI, and how do you plan to address those?
I think some of the things that we're hearing is, there may be a little bit of apprehension, to go to an AI solution. But what we want to communicate, though, is we utilize AI to make us efficient and try to make the process as frictionless as possible. We do have licensed agents behind the scenes that are making sure that if a customer has an escalation and they want to speak to somebody, we have licensed agents to do that. Or if there is some sort of question that they feel that they want to just talk to somebody, they're there. But we don't rely on the human agents to be there 24/7 like we have Claire available. So it's an efficiency play,
right?
But it allows us to cover a lot more customers with much fewer agents.
Yeah, and the AI can do kind of the basic questions, common questions, and then, as you mentioned, for something more specific, an agent can step in.
Correct.
So 2025 is upon us here. What do you see for the company and for home buying in general?
We've been focusing a lot on the macroeconomic conditions, obviously being in the residential real estate space, like the mortgage interest rates and stuff like that. But what's really, I think, piqued our interest is the presidential election, right, and the change in administration coming in. I met with economists last week, and when Trump won the election back in 2016, there was a lot of more deregulation. Businesses were able to do more things. We see, maybe a re-energized spirit around crypto potentially as well. And in AI, obviously. So us being an AI company, we're very intrigued at what's going on in the crypto space. We think that real estate could certainly benefit from it if it's done well. And we're looking to explore opportunities there.
Oh, interesting. And I've heard a lot of talk about tokenization of real estate. So
correct.
Maybe that's something you're looking at. Mike, thank you so much.
My
Great
pleasure.
to hear about ReAlpha.
Thank you.
Thank you.